Dr. Odumakin, President Campaign for Democracy, President Women and Rights, President Center for Change. Since 2007, that especially Lagos State government adopted these Child Rights Acts, we found out that for a very long time, our states will have like about 23 states now that have adopted this. Some is still waiting for the assent of the governor. We still have states like Niger waiting for assent, but most of the states that will, almost all the states that will have in the north, nothing like that have been passed. But the thing is that a lot of education needs to be carried out. Under this Child Rights Act, any child that is not up to 18 cannot be given out marriage. Apart from that, apart from having the carnal knowledge of a child, touching a child uterus, molesting the child is a flagrant violation of the Child Rights Act, and anyone that is found culpable is liable to either the payment of 500,000 naira or imprisonment. Even now, it was 14, but even now they've been trying to make the penalty very stiff. But I think more than ever, there must be conscious effort, even by the government, to educate the general public. When the Child Rights Act is violated, a lot of impunity is being perpetrated by even those that are within the corridors of power, those that the children are supposed to be in their care. And I mean, no wonder why we're trying to talk about expunging section 26(4)(b) out of that constitution that says any child that is married is deemed to be of full age. And therefore, when one is of full age, a lot of responsibility is being taken. And when we had a senator from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, from the House of Chambers, that took another age and then said nobody can subject him to obeying any laws because he does not believe in such laws, I want to tell you that sad enough, that senator has put away that child, that girl that was 12, because she was infected with VVS and she had to be putting on napkins. So after about 4 years, and that has become a trend, she is married about 4 now, and the previous 3 have been infected with that, and then you find urine dripping out, and then continuously they wear napkins. So I think that the Child Rights Act has helped a lot, but we need more sensitization, because this is a law that stipulates how parents, guardians, wards, caregivers, government should protect the rights of the child. It also stipulates the punishment that anyone that flouts that Child Rights Act will be subject to a penalty. So and the frustration really, because we see that justice delayed is justice denied. There's always this snail pace in terms of the administration of justice, and that is why we think that there should be more education, more enlightenment, and our judicial system must help in making sure that they dispense with cases like that, so that it can serve as a deterrent to others. Because I see that a lot of these who perpetrating these have been emboldened. By the time they are there, they are granted bail and they go and perpetrate all that heinous. Even the recent one that happened, Little Hope Orphanage, whereby Pastor Tunde that owns that orphanage around Akuti, they filed 2 minors, and after having carnal knowledge of those ones, the case has been in court since last year March. Some few months back, it was to be heard. The man was nowhere to be found. To show the level of impunity, he then decided to relocate the orphanage from Akuti to a new place. We went to the place, we saw about 38 children there, and these other ones, and sad enough, orphanage, asked them questions. Some of them have fathers, they have mothers, they are the people that maybe they needed help to go to school, they ran to the uncle said, leave your parents home, come and stay in the orphanage. So that is deceit. And that is why I think that, like you rightly asked, the Child Rights Act is a very good tool that will help to curb this menace that is ravaging us. But a lot of education, a lot of enlightenment has to be done, and impunity has to be curbed, so that it's going to serve as a deterrent for all those perpetrating serious acts. Implementation has been a major impediment in realizing the lofty objectives of the initiators of that act. Really, what should police do? Ordinarily, police should be there to protect lives, to protect property, to also help the victims find succor in running under the banner, the cover of the police. But the police has not helped matters. When a lot of people take these cases to the police station, what the police ordinarily do is just call them and say, why can't you settle this thing? Some of the policemen will taunt them, make jest of them, and just say, look at you, you are embarrassing yourself. Don't you know you'll be stigmatized? And so those who cannot stand their grounds, some of them will then suffer low self-esteem. Depression will become the order of the day, and blame will be there, even to the extent that some of these kids, we had a case of an 11-year-old girl that committed suicide. I read in the papers. We were trying to follow up. What happened? The mother took this child to the police station, and what did the child get in process? Jeering, look at you, nobody will ever, after everything. The first, one of the very first suicide that happened, I think, that involving a minor, the child went and committed suicide. Just knew that the mother kept right poisoning that they wanted to use at night, and when she got back, it took everything. So really, in terms of enforcement, our law enforcement agents, the police, they have to be properly educated, because they are the only ones. The law itself, except there's a breath of life, except that tool is properly utilized, it will lie down there, gather dust, it will not be meaningful. So really, a lot of education, we need a lot of enlightenment on the part of the police. The police too should also realize that conscience is an open wound. Only truth can heal it. All of them have that ability. They should also consider that if that child was a daughter of theirs or a relation, will it not be a different story? So in terms of handling these cases of public interest, they should do all they can within the ambit of the law, so that those who run to them will find solace, and therefore implementation will not be waiting for that implementation will not be like waiting for a picture in a calendar to shed tears.